everybody, and welcome to the Penelope Possum channel with me, your hostess, Penelope the Possum. Sorry, just a second. Sorry it took me so long to start up the stream tonight. I was working on a bit of a project I'm still trying to work on, even as I'm speaking. There we go. Hello! And happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I think I forgot to say on actual Mother's Day. Or, no wait, I don't think I was streaming on Mother's Day. Was I? What day was Mother's Day this year? It was Sunday, so yes, I was not streaming that day. Sunday the 10th, right. It's always on a Sunday. You're always on a Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Join us at the Monster Truck Rally. Okay. That's funny. That's kind of random. Alright. Okay. Almost done. Okay. I think my goodness, I think someone's compensating. Oh man, the legs are uneven. All right, we can start the stream now.
About this winning, and I really believed him. I thought I'd be like incredibly tired. I'm not. I'm actually very much enjoying the fact that Iran is being grabbed by the balls right now. They're effing around and they're about to find out. They're actually already finding out with probably the coolest good cop, bad cop maneuver of all time. Trump just seemingly ended the Russia-Ukraine war. This is massive, and libtard media isn't talking about it. The official Trump government has now literally acknowledged and agreed that there is a great replacement happening. It is not a theory, and they called out the UN, possibly the greatest Overton window shift in my lifetime. And leftoids can't stand. It's like there's a leftoid holocaust going on right now.
Oh my
People are
goodness.
dropping like flies.
Come on, headphones, connect.
California, Hassan Piker scared about going to jail. The Cuba government is collapsing, and leftoids that all supported Cuba look like complete morons with the new information that just came out. And there was literally a Democrat mayor who was just arrested for treason officially, operating as a Chinese spy. You know, it's the thing that they keep saying isn't happening when it comes to foreign nationals holding office in our country, but it keeps somehow happening. Locked in, boys and girls, crazy deep dive today. I did all the research and all the things. You're not ready for what you're about to see. Before diving too deep into the entire Russia-Ukraine conflict ending under Trump, Iran getting massively bullied under Trump, some nice, fun news.
Finally.
President Trump is now considering making Venezuela the 51st state, he tells Fox. Oh my god. Oh my god. But I was told by Tucker Carlson and Hassan Pecker that capturing the evil dictator Maduro from Venezuela would make Venezuela our arch nemesis forever. That attacking foreign nations will make them our arch nemesis and try to destroy us. You mean to tell me that they were completely and absolutely and utterly wrong about all of their geopolitical analyses and actually killing terrorist dictators and removing them from power is freaking awesome, actually? I can't
What in the
believe it.
turducken?
You mean to tell me that this blue moron on
Then
the
do
internet
that.
was correct when all these geopolitical masterminds were absolutely humiliated in the public area?
Man, honestly, what a good day. What a just fantastic day. So Justin, President Trump says he had a positive call with the Russian President Putin. This is pretty awesome, actually. We'll see where that goes. Iran responded to President Trump's peace deal, which we will be talking about very, very, very soon. But first, you have to understand the consequences of Donald Trump making peace in Russia, Ukraine. So this is Putin in 2022.
Еще раз обращаюсь к военнослужащим вооруженных сил Украины. Берите власть в свои руки. Похоже, нам с вами будет легче договориться, чем с этой шайкой наркоманов и неонацистов, которые...
Right, so this is him in 2022 calling Ukraine a gang of drug addicts and neo-Nazis. That's how he referred to Zelensky's government.
...засела в Киеве.
And this is 2026, just now.
Страна, господин Зеленский.
Mr. Zelensky. The tone shift. Now, a lot of people don't understand how Trump is playing geopolitics because you probably don't watch my content if you don't understand. Toppling Venezuela cucks Iran's oil shit. Then we obliterate Iran's oil shit, which cucks China's power and their ability to project power mostly in Taiwan and obviously globally as well. It also cuts Cuba off from the rest of the world so that we're going to be able to topple the communist regime there. And Russia, which gets a lot of its cheap weaponry from Iran, well, they're not going to be able to continue an endless war, it seems like. So it's almost like the Donald pushed a couple of buttons and all the dominoes fell right into place. Meanwhile, Zelensky's former second-in-command, Andriy Yermak, was just charged in a major corruption probe, which is pretty lovely to hear. It's almost like Trump was right all along.
It was so easy with that same attitude. And I just don't think he's grateful. We gave him, in my opinion, $350 billion. Europe is in for $100 billion. We gave him $350 billion, and he's talking about the fact that they have fought, and there's a bravery because somebody has to use the weapons. But without those weapons, don't forget, I was the one that gave him the javelins that was able to knock down all the tanks.
Yeah, we're giving them all this shit, and where's the money all going? It doesn't seem like it's all going to the battle. Well, it wasn't. This guy, the second in command at least, was charged in a major corruption probe, and we'll see if it gets any worse for the dipshits over there. Anywho, Donald Trump
probably will.
I have just read the response from Iran's so-called representatives. I don't like it. Totally unacceptable. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh my God. I told you bro was not gonna fold. Listen, man, the Donald gets what the Donald wants. That's how it works. Now, a lot of people really like the idea of not winning wars. I don't. I'm more of the mindset that actually we should fucking obliterate our enemies and win wars. So that'll either happen by you completely and utterly surrendering to our power and majesty, or you can fucking die. Those are your options.
You want it?
You can pick whichever one you prefer, and I'm glad that the Donald also seems
sure,
to have a very similar stance in this regard. He's like, listen, we can blow you up, we can send you to hell, rest in shit, motherfuckers, sit with the rest of your ayatollahs that are already there,
oh my God,
warming your seats for you. Or literally give us all the things. Let us come in and take the enriched uranium that you actually already had that's buried under the mountain because of Midnight Hammer. We'll take all that. We'll go. We'll keep an eye on you. We'll make sure that you can't build missiles and enrich uranium at all. And you'll become a completely and utterly failed state regime. Now, a lot of leftoids are like, but it's not fair. Why do we want the Islamic Republic that's occupying Iran to be like a failed state? Oh, it's simple, actually. It's because they're terrorist, evil, pedophile, goat rapists, and we don't want them actually to have any form of power whatsoever. And if you think that it's not humanitarian of us to do that, my response is simple.
It
I
is
don't actually give a single
chicken
flying
dinner
fuck.
time, actually.
America first, which means I don't want our adversaries that are chanting for our deaths in their parliament every day to have the ability to kill us. I actually way prefer if they are a completely and utterly failed nation. That's right. Hopefully the Iranian people could rise up and take power away from this Islamic Republic of terrorists and pedophiles. But even if that is not the case, I don't want them to have any power whatsoever. And I'm really glad Donald Trump has the same stance as I do in this regard. Either you give us literally everything we want, or you die. That's the options. All right. So Iran responded to Trump's peace proposal.
Reports indicate that Iran has responded to the U.S. peace proposal to end the war, giving their response to Pakistani mediators. Now, initial reports in Iranian state media indicate Their response focuses on ending the war and ensuring security in the Strait of Hormuz. There is no mention of Iran's nuclear program.
Oh, well, in that case, fuck you, Iran. That's the Donald Trump response, and you'll love to hear it. He's like, oh, listen, man. We didn't just do this war to get back to step one, all right? Where you guys could still go ahead and make your nukes and rape your goats and shit, or whatever. No. We're not going back there. That's over. All right, you are losing your capabilities of building nuclear weapons forever. Now, it'll either be by the pen or it'll be by the sword, but you are not walking out of this alive.
For the time being, the ceasefire remains in place.
You know, it's unbelievably weak. I would say, I would call it the weakest right now. After reading that piece of garbage they sent us, I didn't even finish reading it.
Ah.
I said, I'm not going to waste my time reading it. I would say it's one of
Say
the
what you
weakest
want about
right
Donald
now.
Trump as a
It's on
leader.
life
He is a
support. They understand
tremendously
these are all radical
fabulous
people.
troll.
Dr. Oz, life support is not a good thing. Do you agree?
Thank you,
I
Doctor.
would say the ceasefire is
Doctor, what are your thoughts on us killing Ayatollahs? Thank you, Doctor. Very cool. Anyway, yeah, so the ceasefire is on life support.
on massive life support, where the doctor walks in and says, sir, your loved one has approximately a 1% chance
Oh.
of living.
For the time being, the ceasefire.
That's crazy, man. So yeah, Trump dropping nukes from the Oval Office today.
Yeah, it was just unacceptable. You know, a lot of people said, well, does he have a plan? Yeah, of course they do have a plan. I have the best plan ever. I mean, Iran has been defeated militarily, totally. They have a little left. They
The best
probably
plan.
built up during
No
this
one's ever
period
had a
of time.
plan
We'll
like
knock
I
that
did.
out in about a day. But I have a plan. You know, it's a very simple plan. I don't know why you don't say it like it is. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. They're very dangerous. They're very volatile. It's a terrible thing that's happened.
Imagine how many
They
goats
killed
will get raped if
42,000
Iran has a
people,
nuclear weapon.
in the last 2 months, 42,000. At least that's what we know of. 42,000 people. They killed numerous people over the last week, but they killed 42,000 people a month and a half ago. They were unarmed protesters, not at all violent protesters, and they started taking them out, shooting them. So we're not
Yeah.
going to let them. That's the plan. You know, people say, "What's the plan?" The plan is very simple. The blockade, first of all, was a part of military genius, just like Venezuela was military genius. We have the greatest military in the world by far.
True, Mr. President.
And,
Keep
we're
cooking,
stocked
sir.
up with great ammunition. We have much better stuff than we did 2 months ago when we first did the
Oh,
attack,
shit.
which knocked them for a loop. But
We discombobulated them.
very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. They can't have it. And if they did have it, the Middle East would be gone, Israel would be gone, and then hit Europe probably next. We're doing a service to the world.
You're
And
welcome,
this has gone on
world.
for 47 years. Other presidents and leaders of other countries that have the power should have done it, but they didn't do it.
True.
But it's a very simple plan. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't have a nuclear weapon, and they didn't want to go that far. If you can believe it, they didn't. How stupid. Are they stupid people? They didn't want to believe it.
Mr.
They think
President,
that,
they
well,
are
I'll get
stupid
tired
people.
of
They're
this, I'll
literally
get bored,
inbred.
I'll have some pressure, but there's no pressure. There's no
Okay.
pressure at all.
What you gonna
We're
get?
going to have a complete victory.
That's
We've
right.
already, in theory, had a complete victory from the military standpoint. The military, look, their Navy is dead. They have
Yes.
150, they had
We need bread.
159 ships. Right now,
We
they have
are
zero,
OUT.
other than the little speedboats that
On
go
bread.
around that got taken out 8 a day by us.
Awkward.
They
Awkward.
have no Air Force. They have no anti...
Nice, nice destroyer. I will send a speedboat with a Muhammad, and he is ready to fire. You don't understand. You do not understand or comprehend the level of technology that we are up against in Iran. With giant slingshots, they fling camels at us, well, it's not been going very well for them.
aircraft. Now, they probably put the shoulder jobs into service over the last 3 weeks, probably. But essentially, they have no anti-aircraft. They have no radar.
Yeah, they're gay, and they're dying. They're dying and gay. It's very bad. Now, the funny part about all this is that he's completely correct. And by the truth is, he's being proven correct every day because Iran keeps trying to blow up our boats, but they keep fucking failing because they have no military. They have a couple of gay speedboats and retards with, semi-automatic geriatric donkeys, and they keep trying to obliterate us with this shit. And, I'm not going to lie, it's not going to work. And they are being humiliated on the battlefield every single day while we're just maintaining our blockade, strangling them economically, and also by proxy strangling both China and Russia, and simultaneously forcing the hands of these retards to either give us a good deal or they're gonna die. Now, again, the humanitarians, the humanitaritards, these guys are losing their mind. It's like, oh my God, we're literally gonna destroy our enemy. Yeah. Yeah, we are. Next time, don't be our enemy, motherfuckers. That's right. Sorry, terrorists. You're gonna die. Anywho, Trump keeps going.
Look, I've had to deal with them 4 or 5 times. They change their mind. They're very dishonorable people. The leadership.
True.
Don't forget it's the 3rd level. The 1st level is gone. They were unreasonable. The 2nd level is more reasonable. The 3rd level, nobody wants to be president, you know? They say, who wants to be president? There's nobody raises their hand.
That's rough, buddy.
But they just...
Can you imagine having thoroughly defeated them so fucking well militarily that none of these people actually want to become president because they're just afraid they're going to get obliterated?
They change their mind. I've had that in business many times. The mind changes, you call them. These people, that you make a deal, and then the next day they send you a document that takes 5 days to get there when it should have been there in 20 minutes. You know, it's a pretty simple document. They will never have a nuclear weapon, yeah?
Yep, that's right. So we can wait, and the longer we wait on this peace deal, the weaker and more economically volatile the country gets because of our blockade. So we are in no rush. You know, a lot of people are really crashing out about this Iran war. And I will not lie to you, I think a lot of that crash out is completely and utterly unfounded, where people got mind raped by propagandists and Pakistani AI videos. We have so thoroughly defeated their military, we are just waiting, and we have no rush to stop the blockade from happening, which is, by the way, strangling all of our enemies at the same time with incredibly minimal risk to us, thank God. And the retards have been so mind-raped by CNN, they're still crying about it. Now, just to understand, it looks like President Trump is considering reopening Operation Freedom in the Strait of Hormuz.
He is now considering renewing Project Freedom, but he says this time around, the U.S. guiding ships through the Strait of Hormuz would be just one small piece of what would be a larger military operation. When it comes to peace negotiations, the president tells Fox the regime is, quote, going to fold. Joining us now is senior correspondent Benjamin Hall. He's host of the new Fox Nation special. Hope starts here. Murdoch.
That wasn't me. That was him.
It looks like things are picking up. They will either get obliterated militarily or they'll make a deal that gives us literally everything. That's right. That's how it works. Iran has been playing games with the United States and the rest of the world for 47 years. Delay. And then finally hit pay dirt when Barack Hussein Obama became president. He was not only good to them, he was great, actually going to their side, jettisoning Israel and all of their allies and giving Iran a major and very powerful new lease on life. Hundreds of billions of dollars. That's a lot of dollars. And $1.7 billion in green cash flown into Tehran was handed to them on a silver platter. Every bank in D.C., Virginia, Maryland was emptied out. It was so much more money than when it arrived. The Iranian thugs have no idea what to do with it. They've never seen money like this and never will again. It was taken off the plane in suitcases and satchels. The Iranians couldn't believe their luck. They finally found the greatest sucker of them all. God, he's so fucking good. In the form of a weak, stupid, and gay American president. It was a disaster for our leader, but not as bad as sleepy Joe Biden. For 47 years, the Iranians have been tapping us along, keeping us waiting, killing our people with their roadside bombs, destroying protests, and recently wiping out 42,000 innocent unarmed protesters and laughing at our now great again country. They will be laughing no longer. They're gay and retarded, and they will soon be dead, President Donald J. Trump. Every single one of these retards saying Trump was going to fold looks like just a complete moron right now. So this happened yesterday, and this was pretty insane, and we haven't seen Trump since this. Literally yesterday. He gets called out for a, urgent meeting with his 4-star generals.
Thank you, Press. Pulitzer Prize winner right there. Pulitzer Prize.
Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press.
That was it.
Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press.
Thank you, Press. You gotta go, Press. Get out, Press. Sorry, press. We know you're traitors. We know you're traitors. President Trump had to had the press leave the room so he could rush over an important meeting with a large group of U.S. generals on Iran. Oh boy, things are happening. Then, right after this takes place, U.S. President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will speak within the next hour. Prime Minister Netanyahu cut short an event.
Why does he look like that? Why does he look like George Bush with a worse haircut?
I don't know if anyone's aware. Things are actually happening. Meanwhile, this is all going down in potentially one of the absolutely greatest good cop, bad cop maneuvers of all time. Justin, the United Arab Emirates secretly carried out military strikes against Iran. So
that has to be it. You're probably right. He's got big old fucking monkey ears.
Strangled and dying, gargling in their own blood, hoping that they could make some money off their oil instead of all their oil pipelines just bursting because of oil excess, because they can't get rid of it because we have a blockade. So these guys are getting strangled. They have no military. They're trying to make a deal, but they don't want to give up their ambitions to destroy the world because, you know, they're goat fucking pedophile terrorists. They're pretty bad people, actually. So these retards, while they're dying, and while we are having our hands open in peace, we would love a peaceful ending. Donald Trump says we want peace. There will be laughing no longer, but we will have peace. And while this is going on, our buddy in the United Arab Emirates is bombing the fuck out of Iran. So we are like, what do you mean? We are nice, peaceful, wholesome chunguses. What do you mean you're getting bombed by the United Arab Emirates, our ally? That's crazy talk. Why don't you use your military to defend yourself? Oopsie poopsie. Do you not have a military, perhaps? Now, Iran tried to strike back at the United Arab Emirates. However, U.S. Ambassador Huckabee confirms that Israel is sending Iron Dome missile defense systems to the United Arab Emirates. So it seems, so this is insane, by the way. All right, for those people at home that are not paying attention to geopolitics, you are missing out on potentially one of the greatest upheavals of the actual global order ever. We have actual peace in the Middle East, ironically, on the table for the first time in a really long time, without a single fucking boot on the ground, no manufactured Bush-style democracy building, no infinite, obungus drone striking in Libya. All right, this is insane. United Arab Emirates is attacking Iran while we are doing a peace talk, and Israel is supplying weaponry to the United Arab Emirates to defend them. This is unprecedented, and it's all thanks to Donald J. Trump, our presidente. Now, Netanyahu says it's time to end Israel's reliance on U.S. foreign aid. He's actually been trying to do this for a while, which is good, because I don't want to be giving them money. I'm way too Jewish to be giving money to Israel, okay? All right? Whatever you do, don't point out how the Israelis have been wanting to get rid of American foreign aid for years because they don't like the military and foreign policy concessions we force on them. You're a Jew if you point out that America controls Israel and not vice versa. Everyone knows that America controls Israel, except for like some of the dumbest fucking retards on the planet. People that thinks it's the opposite, that a country the size of New Jersey in the Middle East is somehow controlling the United States of America and not vice versa, are actual brainlets that are trying their best to blame their own inadequacies on something that's outside of them. Oh, you know the reason why I don't have a girlfriend and I'm fat and ugly and refuse to go to the gym? Because of Israel. I'm sure it is, brother. You tell yourself that. But anyway, Netanyahu wants to be off the foreign aid because obviously Israel wants to act in their own interest. And as it stands right now, we control Israel because we give them $3.8 billion a year. Which is less than Somali leering centers have been taking, but still a heck of a lot more money than I want to be giving them. I am against all foreign aid, essentially, unless it's like certain circumstances or certain things that we could view as a charity. I don't actually like the idea of foreign aid in general. I also don't like the argument about different countries' rights to exist. No one has the right to exist. If you're strong, you survive. If you're weak, you die. No one has the rights to shit.
That's classic Darwin.
It's been wild watching this happen. So Cenk Uygur, everyone's favorite retard, the media is reporting that Netanyahu said Israel shouldn't take any more money from America. Actually, that's not true. Netanyahu himself announced that himself. It's not the media reporting. Anyway, that's to give him credit so he looks good to Americans who are sick of paying his bills. Reality is he said that we should continue it for the 10 years. No, let's end it right now. All right, like this is literally Schrodinger's Islamist right here, man. It's like Thank you for U.S. military foreign aid. No! No thank you for U.S. military foreign aid. No! Literally can never win, ladies and gentlemen. The Islamists that are trying their best to mind rape Americans through retard propaganda, they are doing their absolute best here. It's bad when Israel does take foreign aid. It's bad when Israel doesn't take foreign aid. It's bad when they are a good ally. It's bad when they're not a good ally. It's bad when we use their technology for our phones and our hospitals. And it's also bad when we use their technology for missile defense systems and shit. Oh, and it's also bad when we don't use their technology. I am actually the real America First patriot here, because I actually believe America is the strongest, greatest, awesomest nation on the fucking planet, and we are not completely getting ultimately mind raped by Sand, New Jersey in the Middle East, who has demonstrably helped us and aided us multiple times. Yes, despite the fact that we're giving them way too much fucking money. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be giving anyone money. I'm way too Jewish to be giving money to the Jews. Anyway, Department of War is now investigating Senator Mark.
Yeah, Jews know better than to give money to other Jews.
Weapon stockpiles on TV, which is incredible. Captain Mark Kelly says Pete Hegseth strikes again. Now he's blabbering on TV falsely and dumbly about a classified Pentagon briefing he received. Did he violate his oath again? Department of War Legal Counsel will review. I actually fully support this, by the way. Now, to make things clear, on my stance on treason, treason will continue unless the appropriate punishments for treason are doled out. At the very minimum, this dude should lose his position in government and should lose his security clearance. And I think a moderate position would be literally putting him in jail for life or something like this. A slightly more radical position would be executing him, and it's not something I would protest against, to be honest. Quite literally, in my opinion, the life of every single one of our soldiers that's being put at risk because retards like this feel the need to blab to the media because they are literally rooting for our adversaries in the middle of a war. Every single soldier's life is worth more than this fucking traitors. Now, before I get smeared again for this, because every time I say something like this, someone takes me out of context to make it seem like I'm calling for political violence. No, I'm not. I'm calling for justice. Not extrajudicial killings, judicial killings. If, of course, a jury and a trial and whatever decides that that should be the case, I actually would support finally fucking punishing treasonous shitbags the way they deserve. Otherwise, they will continue to do this shit, and inevitably, people will die. Yeah, people get a lot of shit flung at me because, oh my god, Nux's stance on the Iran conflict, it's barbaric, it's draconian. Actually, I want our fucking enemies that are trying to kill us to die. I know that this is like a hot take. I think that we should be killing them, actually, and it's awesome when we do. My suggestion to you is to speak to your therapist and potentially cry about it because I don't see the Donald stopping anytime soon. Now, the Trump has also been involved in the leftocost, as we've been calling it lately here. It's really bad for these guys, like really bad. When I say Overton window shift, that might be the most underwhelming description of the total lib destruction that's happening right now. So first we got a little trolling, and then I have to show you what the State Department said to the UN. We are literally now politically acknowledging the Great Replacement fact.
Funding. The Democrats, well, they suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, to be honest.
True, Mr. President.
They can't even see straight.
Keep making fun of the libtards, Mr. President.
I'm going to propose something the opposite of what I want, and we will have massive amounts of legislation. No, just all I have to do is say, we will not build the wall. And they'll
masterful cabinet, Mr. President.
No, I'm going to do it, Katie. We'll put it in. I think you're I'm going to go the opposite.
That's
Whatever
the go.
is bad, I'm going to go for it, and they'll approve what's good, finally.
Mr. President just officially condones breathing air. Leftists dying of strangulation.
They've got
like, I remember when it's like Tylenol causes autism in babies if pregnant women overtake it, and then you get pregnant women all dying overdosing on Tylenol. Like, you don't understand the level of tard that we're up against. Like, you think we're up against people with functioning brains, and that was your first mistake. All right, we are up against
I don't
Satanists and retards. Those are our adversaries. Now, this is the craziest update I think I've seen potentially in my entire life. I'm not even gonna lie. Justin, U.S. rejects UN Migration Forum declaration accusing it of promoting replacement migration. This is insane. This is the Overton window destroyed. It's over. It's cooked. We've obliterated it, the Overton window. It's gone. This has been called a white supremacist conspiracy theory everywhere. On Wikipedia. I think it's even still like that right now. Hold on a second. Wikipedia. Replacement theory. I'm telling you, man. Replacement theory. Like, they have been trying their best to make this sound like some sort of crazy, unhinged conspiracy theory that has no basis in reality whatsoever, and you're all crazy. You're all insane, crazy people if you didn't notice, or if you're a racist, bigot, if you don't like the idea that your entire city is now just Indians and Muslims. You're probably just crazy. So Great Replacement, or also known as replacement theory, Great Replacement theory is the debunked white nationalist, far-right conspiracy theory. All right, so this is the first line on Wikipedia, which
Wow.
is one of the most biased websites on the freaking planet. You cannot
I
trust
mean,
anything
anyone
you see on
can
Wikipedia. All right, so but that's how
edit
Wikipedia operates.
Wikipedia.
All right, pretty insane stuff. And this is wild. This is just absolutely abominable. So they'll come out here and they'll tell you, oh, this thing that you all know is happening. Well, it's actually not happening. And not only is it not happening, but you're a racist Nazi for believing that. Now, just to understand what I mean on a very basic level, this is Wikipedia, okay? Wikipedia, Republican Party, far right wing to far right. Democratic Party, center to center left. Like, yes, they want to mutilate your child's genitals and abort a generation of children. The moderate centrist opinion right now, according to Wikipedia. So again, understand that this is massive. So when I first saw this, I thought this had to be a joke. The fact that we're literally rejecting the UN's Migration Forum because we're accusing it of replacement immigration, that's insane. U.S. rejects UN Global Migration Pact. Rubio State Department issued a statement condemning replacement migration. That's crazy. There's no way this is happening, right? Right? The Department of State, from Marcus Rubius, first of his name. Last week, the United States refused to participate in the UN's review of the Global Compact on Migration. The United States objects to the Global Compact on Migration and the UN efforts to facilitate replacement migration to the United States and our Western allies. This is not mincing words. This is stating not only are we getting replaced, but you're facilitating it on purpose. This is insane. Overton window destroyed, obliterated. UN agency systematically facilitated mass migration into America and Europe, even as citizens of these nations called for restrictions on migration. Now the Global Compact's latest report urges nations to expand migration pathways and pursue regularization of migrants. UN agencies working with NGOs they fund, interesting, they also make billions off of it, established a migration corridor through Central America and to the US border. As the American people has suffered under an unprecedented wave of mass migration, the U.S. was on the ground pipelining migrants to our southern border. I'm getting more vindicated every single fucking day. Everything I say just turns out correct. I don't know what's going on here. It's pretty insane. Yes, the United Nations is...
You know what?
It is...
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna make a prediction, a complete asinine prediction right this second. I'm gonna make an asinine prediction about the future, and it's gonna somehow turn out to be true. Alright. Trump is going to take over the world and fix everybody's problems, and everything will be great again, and we'll never have to fight ever again. That's my crack theory for the day. That's my crack theory. Let's see in a few months if it rings true.
That hates God and hates the West and is trying to destroy us by importing infinite retards. UN officials greeted migrants along the route through the deadly Darien Gap. UN-funded NGOs handing maps to migrants en route to the U.S. That's crazy. After facilitating mass migration to the U.S., United Nations agencies condemned the deportation of illegals. All right, so they flood our country and then condemn us when we deport it. That's how the UN operates. All right, and guess who's on the UN fucking voting for this shit? Every fucking third world shithole country gets a vote in the UN. All right, you got Somalia voting about how we are not allowed to deport Somalis that are invading our country. Just listen to this fucking shit, man. That's crazy. As Europe has endured sustained migratory pressure, UN officials staffed all ends of the Mediterranean migration route from the coast of Libya to the shores of Aegean to the islands of Greece. These UN agencies condemned frontline states who refused to open their borders. While the United Kingdom faced unprecedented illegal boat crossings, UN agencies condemned plans for deportations. Holy shit! UN officials lobbied aviation regulators to prevent the deportation of migrants. An appalling violation of the UK's national sovereignty. Just such a fucking good way it was written, man. Remember, this is the United Nations. The retards that yelled at us for capturing fucking
All
Maduro.
you can say is that your rifle's oil and your powder is dry.
And these guys were losing their mind. Oh,
Fucking,
no,
yeah,
how can
that's
you
the way
capture
it's
and
supposed to
violate
be.
national sovereignty
Stay
of
strapped,
Venezuela?
my guys.
Communist
Shit's gonna
dictator
get
being,
real
you know,
crazy.
overthrown. Like, but you are violating
I
the UK sovereignty by sending in infinite migrants and
hope
preventing their deportation. The Global Compact on Migration claims
everything
support
turns
safe
out all
migration.
right.
For the citizens of Western nation, mass migration was never safe. Oh my fucking god. It introduced new security threats, imposed financial strains, undermined the cohesion of our societies. The United States will not legitimize global compacts that enable mass migration into America or Western nations. Under President Trump, the State Department will facilitate remigration, not replacement migration. God! I can't believe this is happening. This is insane, by the way. This is Marco Rubio's Department of State, okay? This isn't some random blue cartoon retard YouTuber saying this shit, who's been, yes, completely and utterly vindicated by reality. But this is crazy. This is insane. Directly calling out the actual, the UN facilitating replacement migration. This is just an absolute and complete cultural victory right now. No matter how many retards and morons on Wikipedia are going to label you as some far-right fascist, my response to all of them is very simple. I don't fucking care. I don't care what you call me. What you call me is irrelevant. You know what I do care about? My nation, my civilization, my people. I care about them. I don't care about your opinions. In fact, your opinions mean literally nothing to me. Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Now, everyone's screaming about the fact that Trump isn't deporting enough people, which, to be clear, true. He needs to deport more people. But things are happening. U.S. colleges report a 20% drop in new foreign undergraduates amid Trump's visa crackdown. Fucking massive W. Texas public schools lose over 76,000 students in 1 year purely because of self-deportations. Oh my god. The funny thing is, all the left has been doing by, basically harassing the public about ICE deportations is it scared the shit out of migrants, and the migrants are fucking leaving. Oh my god, bro. U.S. blows lid on UN replacement plot to stop illegal migrants from being deported from Britain. That's insane. Now, the leftoids, they don't want to engage in anything of substance. Their new massive crash out is the fact that there's a giant golden statue of Trump in Mar-a-Lago. And I'll be clear, I don't actually like it either. I don't believe in building giant idols out of gold. It's literally, this is like the words. But in the words of the 10 Commandments, we got this one, anywho, not a big fan of this. But my favorite thing is you got the libtards, all right, the godless communists. Do not turn to idols or make metal gods for yourselves. Leviticus 19:4. It's like, wow, the godless communists are quoting scripture. You literally have a metal freaking idol of yourself that you paid for. This dude paid for his own little fucking statue. Unbelievable the level of retard we're dealing with on the left. And it's so over for them. Right now, they're openly admitting now what they're actually planning on doing.
In a period of time, we do have these structural problems that need to be addressed. We've got to, for instance, make sure we pass the John Robert Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act so we can end the era of voter suppression in the United States of America once and...
Yeah, there's unfortunately too much voting. There's not voter suppression in the United States of America. If anything, we need to remove universal suffrage, not add voting rights to illegal aliens.
For all. We have to end Citizens United, dramatically reform our campaign finance laws to stop the ability of these deep-pocketed special interests to intervene. And we are going to have to explore massive judicial reform, state by state, and at the federal level.
The guy in the thick glasses there just looks like he wants to fucking die.
I'm really glad that they say the quiet part out loud, because this is something I've been saying for a long time. Every single person on the right that's frustrated with Trump because we're killing terrorists in Iran or something, and now they're like, we have to vote for the Democrats. You people are fucking retards. You're either ops or you're retarded. There's one. It's one of the two. I don't want to get involved with specifics right now because I think everyone has a slightly different ideology when it comes to stuff like this. But this is fucking bullshit, man. This is absolute fucking bullshit. This dude's directly stating that when the Democrats come into power, they're going to reform all the judges. They're going to add seats to the Supreme Court. They're going to pad out the courts with leftoid judges. They're going to rape our nation forever. They're going to give voting rights to illegal aliens, and we will never win another election again. Say hello to infinite India Jutsu, because that is what's coming to our great nation if the left wins. All right? That's why they need to be thoroughly fucking humiliated and destroyed. All right? Just understand. Now, LA mayoral candidate is actually doing this. This is Spencer Pratt. Spencer Pratt is running for mayor in LA. He's a Republican, which is insane. A Republican becoming the mayor of Los Angeles, the fucking most hedonistic, gayest city on the fucking planet. You really think so? You really think Sodomy Studios at Hollywood is going to be happy about this? Well, he might actually win. Currently, there's like a 40% chance that he's actually going to win, which doesn't seem very high, but you know what? You know what? Things happen. So he's actually going out there.
Yeah, just because he has a 40% doesn't mean he's not going to win.
Administration that's been fucking LA for
We've
a really
seen
long
that.
time.
But in just the sense, it's an easy way out. Oh, we're solving this. We're working on this. Two ways you can look at it. I think they're all criminals. Thankfully, I've talked to the Justice Department.
Oh, shit.
Sources, and city officials are going to go down. They are complicit.
Right. That's right, baby. That's what I want to see. Oh my God, is he prosecuting his political opponents? I fucking hope so. His political opponents fucking suck. That's right. I'm not one of these cucked out retards that's like, well, actually, I think that we need to be principled about not going after our political opponents. Nope. If our political opponents are fucking retard, traitor, dipshit, fraudsters, I'd be really excited.
Our political opponents are going after us. I think it's only fair.
Actually, we're going to be putting city officials in jail for fraud.
Here's the hard part about catching these people. They're literally taking money with poker chips, goods and services. Criminals are smart now. They're not just saying, Zelle me the money.
Right.
But from my sources, we are going to see actual city officials go down. Not quick enough because they got to frame these people up. But again, how does Spencer stop this when he's mayor? I've met with the criminal investigation team at the IRS 6 times. First week in office, you bring all of them in. We audit every NGO.
That's right,
every
baby.
document that hasn't been shredded.
Right, baby.
Some people, insiders at City Hall, have told me, they're shredding these documents. I have more faith in my criminal investigation team. They'll be able to figure out without the documents, even if they're shredded. But that's what's happening. They're shredding.
The thing is, just because you shred something doesn't mean it's gone.
He's basically like, my house got burnt down in the fire. Your government sucks. You have more genders than working fire hydrants in this city, and I'm gonna literally just tear this shit to the ground. And he's winning. And people are actually starting to be like, holy fuck, we need to get this guy in office. Now, this is the craziest part. They have been posting like anti Spencer Pratt propaganda constantly, blasting it everywhere. All right, they're like, Spencer Pratt, he's a threat to democracy, he's terrible. And the funniest thing is, all the counter advertising just makes him sound better.
Republican Spencer Pratt is the last thing Los Angeles needs for mayor. Pratt opposes using taxpayer money to build brand new houses for our unhoused neighbors.
Fucking based? Let's go, dude.
The real question is, how can they be your neighbor if they don't live in a house? Can someone be a neighbor to you without living in a house? Let's look up the definition of what a neighbor is. A neighbor is primarily a person who lives near or next door to another person/thing located nearby.
That's not really accurate, though. That's one definition, but there's another definition that's more applicable.
What's the other?
Jesus explained what a neighbor was when he told the parable of the Good Samaritan.
Yes.
So you had a man who was beaten up on the road and left for dead. And you had two other people who should have helped him just walk past and ignore him. And then a third person who should have been his enemy approached and helped. That third person is what we would define as the neighbor. Someone who lends assistance instead of ignoring you in a time of need.
So I think in that case that they wouldn't count either. I know most homeless people would most likely just steal your shoes and spit on you and help you if you needed some help.
Alright, I'm gonna run to the stove.
Have fun.
Absolutely. I don't want our tax dollars to be funding
I
our
shall
unhoused
see you
neighbors.
on the
Sorry.
ceiling.
It's time for the homeless to get help or get out.
Based? Based, actually. Yup. I don't need to be working my butt off.
Nope,
So
right
some
over there.
retard. All right, I'm being honest here. So some retard could get more drugs
Yeah.
on the street. All right. Nope.
Point of butter.
Sorry, I don't need to fund you shitting on the floor in my city. Is that really a hot take? I don't think so.
Pratt thinks LA needs thousands more police officers.
Based. That's right. All these illegals and criminals, get them out. Get them out. You can't go to an LA Walmart without getting someone to unlock the fucking underwear for you to buy it because people steal it so much. That's right.
Rather than
Yes,
more social
underwear and
workers,
socks.
Republican Spencer Pratt thinks public employee unions should have less power, not more. LA is on the right track and needs to stay the course. Vote no on Republican Spencer Pratt.
Yeah, so the funniest thing is like this is like it's the ultimate counter signal of all time. It's pretty insane to watch. All right, so Randy Fine.
Obviously, this is an attempt, and I say attempt loosely, to mudsling on the other candidate, obviously. Alright. I know it's a little long, but I don't know. I think it's funny. So I think I'm just gonna keep it like that.
congressman from Florida. He just went on the Benny Johnson show to talk about how he's going to be pushing a bill personally to deport Ilhan Omar.
The president of
fucking
Somalia
patriot
comes in, and in whatever language they speak is like,
yeah, that's right. Clicks and whistles. That's what they speak in Somalia.
Is like, just translated. He's like, Ilhan Omar is the member of Congress from Somalia, not from America. Like, we're well aware of that. She's our Somali member of Congress. And I was like, this is a despicable, this is a totally despicable thing to say. This is something that is disqualifying in the extreme. And you've been sort of notching exactly how disqualifying Ilhan Omar's residency inside of Congress actually is, and you want to kick her out of Congress. Can you explain how are you going to do that, Congressman?
Well, look, she's a problem on so many levels. You
So
talk
true.
about the Somali loyalty.
She's
There's
retarded.
the issue
That too.
of immigration fraud, which is the real issue that we're waiting on. There's a belief by many, and the president has talked about it, that she married her brother in order to help bring him into the United States. We have seen a massive problem with immigration fraud in the Somali community.
Yeah.
And then there's the third level of problem, which is welfare fraud.
Oh,
We've
shit.
seen tens of billions of dollars of fraud in Minnesota.
Oh,
We
yeah.
see that more than 80% of Somalis that have come to the United States continue to be on our welfare programs. And it appears that Ilhan Omar is tied up to her neck in all of
It does
that.
appear that
In
way.
fact, the Minnesota State Legislature is doing an investigation. They asked her to cooperate, and she has refused.
Oh, my.
If she was innocent, what does she have to hide? So we're waiting on a lot of that to come out.
That's right.
The welfare fraud, the immigration fraud, and then we'll take action. Because someone who engaged in immigration fraud not only shouldn't be in Congress, they shouldn't be in the United States at all.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Patriot. Patriot, what can I say? He's a patriot. That's what I'm saying. Fuck yeah, dude. That's what I want to hear. Absolutely. Bro, it's really not going well for these people. Like, I don't think people are understanding the crackdown that's happening. And when news comes out like this every single day, it really starts to get people to wonder about if maybe the Democrats that are in charge of all these blue cities are the problem. New York City woman declined to press charges against Subway shover because she didn't want to put another black man in jail. Weeks later, he allegedly killed a retired teacher, 76, at station. This libtard's empathy killed this teacher. Just to make sure you understand what this means. This is why the criminals need to go away. And I don't care what race they are. I don't care what gender they are. I don't care what genitals they have. If they're criminals, they gotta go to jail. That's it. Period. The end. All right? We have to stop with this bullshit. It's crazy. Now, a lot of people are wondering how the Dems actually win with their policies so shit. Well, you know, they found lots of people born in the 1800s that voted in Pennsylvania. Dozens of votes came from Pennsylvania. Suspiciously, every single one of them voted for Biden. Coincidence? Coincidence that all the dead people are voting for Biden? Now, I think this is massive to talk about. Arcadia Mayor Aileen Wong admits acting as foreign agent for China in plea deal.
So I heard about her earlier, but it was just, from what I heard, she was only alleged. Alleged. That she did it. From the time I heard it. But I guess within the last few hours, she decided to take a plea deal admitting to her wrongdoings. I'm gonna have to sleep up soon. Hi, Rose. Bye, Rose. As soon as the stream's over, I'm gonna have to sweep up my room here. I'll be right back, actually. Oh, that's better. Okay. All right. Whew. Whew. Okay. I'm good. We're good.
So this isn't allegedly, this isn't potentially, this isn't we're going to see some sort of court case. This happened. People see stories like this once a month and still say China's a distraction from the real issues. My guy, China is a massive adversary, and Trump absolutely cucking China by obliterating their oil pipeline in Iran and Venezuela is fucking awesome, actually. It is the geopolitical dominance that I am super fucking happy to see, and this is crazy. A Democrat mayor was a Chinese spy. What are we even doing here? Why are we having foreigners in our government? I've been saying this literally fucking forever. We cannot have foreigners in our government. You need to get radicalized in this because the foreigners' allegiance is not to our country. It's always to their own land. Every single time. I have yet to see one example where this is not the case. And before everyone crashes out, yes, that's all of them. I don't care what country they're from. Somalia, India, Pakistan, Israel. It doesn't matter. If you have a foreign nationality, you cannot serve in our government. This is fucking absurd. And this is just the newest example of all that. The FBI of Los Angeles, the mayor of Arcadia, Eileen Wong, 58, has been charged in federal court with acting as an illegal agent of the People's Republic of China. Holy fucking shit, man. When are people gonna finally wake up and recognize that it's not rape?
Never. They're never gonna do it. Because waking up would mean they have to admit that they were wrong. And they just can't do that. These are people so completely brain dead that most of them, when they go to protest, don't even know what they're protesting for. These are people so mind-numbingly stupid that you can ask them a simple question and they do not have the answer to it. And by simple question, I mean I could ask a 5-year-old this question and they give me the answer. Gonna have to refill my hand sanitizer. You, Dad? Whew. I am warm. I'll tell you what, I am steaming hot right now.
Racist to not want foreigners in our country or our government. In our country, in small doses that can assimilate whatever. That's to be discussed. In our government, this is a fucking national security risk, and it's not one that I'm willing to take. And yeah, the noticing is happening. People are really, really excited that the Overton window has been shredded. That replacement migration is not a conspiracy theory, it's a conspiracy fact. And everyone's talking about this, even the normies.
The most popular science channel in the world 5 years ago, this would have been unthinkable. Germany.
That's right, baby. This is crazy.
Is over. What happened to the fun science? Let me guess. Kyrgyzstan will not once mention migration at all. They do? No way.
Okay, but what about immigration?
Right in the first 5 seconds.
Slop Wholesome Chungus YouTube channel bringing migration into the public discussion floor. You don't understand. The Overton window didn't just shift. It got obliterated. You know why? Because Donald Trump won the president election on the United States of America. That's why this discussion is happening. All right? To every single person that's upset and regrets Trump winning, they're traitors. Traitors to America, traitors to the West, and traitors to God. Because that means that they want not only the infinite migration issue that would happen with a Democrat win, but also they don't even want these discussions to be had. These people are fucking evil.
Whatever your opinion on immigration is, pro or against, please put it in a box and ignore it for a moment. We only want to look at it from one perspective. Can it solve the population crash?
That's right, baby.
No.
We're talking about a replacement migration.
Let's look at the population again.
And this is going to be a really hot take for you, and this is something that is not being discussed. It's like a lot of people are discussing the fact that, you know, we're getting replaced ultimately. You know, every country on the planet is getting replaced by Indians, whether you like it or not. Indians, they work hard, and they basically, they'll treat their employers with respect, and every single country will import Indians. All right, so let's use Indians as our example over here. Because I don't think Indians have like some sort of global conquest in mind. They're just doing it by accident. You know, Muslims actually want to conquer the world. So I'm not even bringing that involved. Let's just talk about Indians for a second. Because if you want to get radicalized, did you know that only 2% of Indians are outside of India right now? And they've already taken over like the world. Okay? So just understand for like a fucking second what we're dealing with. They're talking about how Germans are being replaced with Indians. They're not talking about the fact that, actually, that comes with a whole slew of cultural differences as well. This is not just about the ethnic cleansing of the German people, which is happening in every single Western country on the planet because of low birth rates, because of abortion and feminism and all that shit, and replacement through infinite migration. But also, it's drastically changing the culture, because the culture of a country is not decided based on its geolocation. The culture of a country is based on its people. If you take all the Germans out of Germany and you replace it with only Indians, you're just going to get another India. This is the one extra step that no one is willing to contend with, because this opens up a whole lot of questions like, hold on, are some cultures just fucking inferior actually, and we don't want them taking over superior cultures? The obvious answer is yes, but the retards don't want to actually get involved with that one.
If a country's pyramid looks like this, and you want to stabilize it at the bottom, immigration won't do that. If birth rates stay as low as they are, or go down even more, then the German population will continue to shrink. And to keep it stable, it would constantly need to be replenished by new immigrants. No matter if you think this is a good idea or not, it's not actually possible. Birth rates are crashing everywhere. Eventually,
Not in Africa. You know why?
No, look,
Because
even in
all
Africa.
sorts of shit to allow them to have infinite baby.
He says not in Africa, but look, even in Africa, actually, Africa is really dropping off really bad. Like, it's plummeting.
Without actually needing
It's
to worry
projected
about
to plummet even more.
whatsoever. That's right. We are giving trillions of dollars to create infinite Africans, ladies and gentlemen.
immigration around the world will slow down massively. The world is running out of young people. So immigration can delay the issue a bit and ease the consequences, but that's it. Germany either has to solve its demographic crash or its welfare state and pension systems will break.
Damn.
Yeah, because they're going to give infinite money to the retards that are coming into the country that don't actually want to work. They just want to rape you.
Finally, you get people saying this shit. Even 5 years ago, I feel like saying something like that would be totally unthinkable.
Oh, yeah.
10 years ago, there's no way it would happen.
This is the Trump domino effect, and this is why the libtards are terrified, because the toothpaste is not going back in the fucking tube.
And now there's
You can't put the poop back in the goose.
people that are actually voting on it and parties running on it. What is this? Miss a situation. Quote retweets are crazy. Okay, let me see this. There's an advert
I
in
saw
Germany
this, dude.
promoting contraception. It teaches young white couples to have threesomes with migrants. What the fuck?
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that awesome? It's just me, Adolf, and Muhammad all together. Okay. This shit's disgusting, by the way.
Wow, that's weird. That's really, really weird.
No, it's actually disgusting.
It's AI. I don't know. Okay.
I'm telling
it's
you, man.
1930.
I'm telling you, man.
Just
Look,
quote after
what I mean.
quote after quote.
You keep pushing people, you're not going to end up with a Trump. You're going to end up with an actual Hitler.
Told y'all this was going to happen. The more that they push this stuff, the more you're going to have people push back. This is also, I
Yeah,
think
it's
this is
gonna
kind of
be
surprising. Overall,
No, it's
1930s
crime
Germany
rate by
all over again for
nationality.
real,
I
not
don't
just
even know what the graph says. I just saw the graph
Hitler
with
because
like
Trump's
numbers
bad.
going up with like Algeria on the bottom.
No, it's
like,
gonna
okay,
be
I get it.
actual
This
like,
is in Germany.
oh
No,
shit,
actually,
we're
this
being
is why, and a lot of
genocided,
people are,
and it's
like,
gonna
really mad
work a
about
lot
this.
better
This
this
is why
time.
discrimination is actually fucking awesome, and that is why that I don't think all nationalities should be treated as strictly like when you're at an airport or a metal detector. I just think that sometimes you should just be like waving some people through and holding some people back. You know, purely science-based statistically, okay? This isn't coming from a racist place. It's just if Algerians are committing way more crimes than, let's say, Japanese people, I was going to say white people, but all of a sudden that gets racist. But like, let's be honest here.
Indian Nationals Committee.
Per capita. You can see right here. This is it just in Germany. Just in Germany. Reminder, this is only German statistics here. And Japanese people are committing almost no crimes. Koreans, Indonesians, I can't read this one or this one. Then it goes whoosh, right after Finland, I think. And all of these are African countries.
Commit crime at an 18x rate of Germans and a nearly, this is what's crazy, 100 times more likely to commit crime than somebody from Japan. That is insane. That is...
Yeah, it's almost like different cultures are actually different and some are fucking worse. And when we import infinite people from these worse cultures, it makes our country worse. It's like, and people cry about it when it's like, you know, they see
What,
me,
'cause of
they
my
see me at
stream?
the metal detector, and I'm like, you know,
Hey,
I'm
UK
a white
government.
American English-speaking guy,
Fuck
and I
you.
me straight through, no
You can't do
problem.
shit.
All of a sudden,
You
they'll be
can't
a little
do
tipsy
shit,
when
bruh.
Muhammad comes in with a big backpack, and it's like, listen, am I supposed, am I really
Get
supposed to say, wow, this is
blasted.
discriminatory? and
UK
evil?
government.
Absolutely fucking not. Now, the leftoids are really mad that they are losing an actual vice grip on public sentiment on the planet. They worked so hard.
Oh yeah, and Hassan Piker is also tweaking about people saying he has a tiny head, which he does. He does have a very small head. It's the perfect size to hold his lack of a brain. But he's wearing a suit to try to mask the fact that he has a tiny ass head. And he says the reason is he wants old conservative ladies to think he's hot.
People and shaming people and canceling people for wrong think and not being stunning and brave, and now it's all backfiring because we have a little thing called freedom of speech. And now that we can actually discuss things freely without getting banned to oblivion on the internet like we did under Biden and stuff, we can actually engage with arguments that completely and utterly shred the false reality of every single leftoid on the planet. And the YouTubers are mad. All right, we got Hassan Piker crashing out. We got this other lefty historian, video essayist talking about how we need to kill white babies. Not exaggerating. There's a real thing that he's advocating for. It's like, it's really bad in like leftist YouTuber land. It really is. So this is Hassan Piker being insecure about his small head.
Why are you always in a suit? I'm a suit guy now. This is it. I'm in my suit era. I think we already established
Bro got jealous of Nick Fuentes.
that. Part of the reason why is because part of the reason why I'm in a suit all the time is because, you know, moms and dads are watching. Two reasons. One,
he's losing viewers actually. Moms and dads are not watching.
Makes my head look bigger.
All right, insecure about the small head, check.
Number two, a lot of conservatives come in here to watch lately to see what's going on, and
understandable. If I had a terrorist broadcasting on my in my backyard, I would also be paying attention.
As a chatter correctly pointed to, wearing a suit, basically like lingerie for old conservative ladies. Yeah, they love that.
There are 0 old conservative ladies watching Hassan Piker.
You would hope,
Get
but
some horny.
who knows?
And in their horny moment, they just are a lot more receptive to what I have to say. This is how we spark the revolution, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so he's trying to spark a revolution by making old conservative women horny, which is ironic because this is how he used to dress. I'm really glad that we've gotten out of the whole cross-dressing abomination against God phase. And also suspiciously, he has an entire history about sexualizing old ladies. I would argue that it's weird, but then again, Hassan Piker is actually a terrorist-supporting, dog-shocking...
Why does he have a photoshopped picture of a naked Paula Deen on his
German brothel-going, ditty party-enjoying retard, so sexualizing old ladies is kind of low on the list, you know, being that he allegedly raped a 15-year-old in Germany. So, honestly, wearing a suit is basically like lingerie for old conservative ladies. Gets them horny, and in their horny moment, we spark the revolution. So true. Anyway, Hasan is having a really bad day in general. He can't go anywhere without people crashing out and making fun of him, mostly because he's a complete dipshit, retard, terrorist supporter, anti-American piece of garbage cockroach that's gonna get deported. That might be part of it. So this is pretty great, honestly. This is him crashing out that someone called him a white person because he's not white.
What he's doing here is smearing Connie as a Zionist in defense of you because she reacted to something. She reacted to some completely indefensible statement of yours. See, this is what I mean. It's like, really, it's indefensible. You find it indefensible. You find it defensible for a white supremacist organization who has actively tried to fucking tackle affirmative action initiatives, which have now led to the anti-DEI movement that we are currently in.
Based?
You find that to be so fucking...
Based? That's awesome.
Sometimes you can't be talking like that, white baby. See, this is what I mean. First of all, suck my fucking cock, okay? I'm a goddamn Muslim American who gets fucking called a terrorist.
I'm a Muslim American. I'm not
Muslims
white.
can look like anybody. Muslims could look like me. Muslims can look like an Asian person. It's just a religion. Just like a Christian can look like anybody. Just look like a fucking... I was gonna say a Jewish person could look like anybody, but there's sort of a certain look for Judaism. At least, like... You know what I mean. Knock it off. But like Satanists could look like anybody. Although they're usually they usually have blue hair and
First of all,
nose
they're not
piercing.
religious at all. And being a Muslim is a religion, all right? It is an ideology, all right? It is not actually an ethnicity, all right? So he's a complete fucking retard on like every single level here.
Every fucking day. Okay? Are we doing racism Olympics? Are we talking about what kind of
Hasan Piker can't believe people call him a terrorist when he advocates for Islamic terrorism every single day. That's pretty shocking. Now, anyway, he has a giant crash out here.
Racism is institutionally completely appropriate?
Yeah.
What do you think? Who do you think receives more fucking dick eating on a daily...
It's not racist to call Hasan Piker pro-terrorist. It's mostly because he's pro-terrorist that people call him that. It has nothing to do with him being a Muslim. It's just him being, coming from a Muslim background. Honestly, it absolutely solidifies my stance on things, which is a lot of Muslims actually just support Islamic terrorism because Islamic terrorism is actually literally bred directly from Islam. The Quran loves Islamic terrorism, and Islamic terrorism is a byproduct of Islam. Look, man, people call out there are some Jewish terrorists and there's some Christian terrorists, and sure, absolutely, don't get me wrong. But when you absolutely look at the sheer scale and ideology, you wonder why Islamism is a branch from Islam. I don't see a single Christian out there praising Christian terrorism. I don't see Jews out there praising Jewish terrorism. I see Muslims praising Islamic terrorism a lot. And not just like Muslims that aren't afraid of a camera being on them. I mean, Hasan Piker, Cenk Uygur, Mehdi Hasan, all these massive, Zoran Mamdani, all these fucking guys. They all support it, actually.
Daily fucking basis. Oh my God. White baby? We're not talking about like black Americans living in Jim Crow South here. What the fuck?
So, bro, a gigantic crash out.
I'm
attacking anti-DEI policies because I'm a Muslim extremist supremacist. Now, the funniest thing is, Hasan Piker has a giant history of hypocrisy.
Even if I said personally, like, oh, I'm not Muslim, Islam, blah, 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 it would still not work because people will still, that's how bigotry works. People still go, well, you're from a Muslim country, your name is Hasan, I don't really know.
Right, so Hasan used to say calling him a Muslim is bigotry because he's...
See, that's another funny thing I've noticed, is that the worst people in the world will always shift what they are to suit what they need best. What?
He's from a Muslim country, but he's not actually a Muslim. Now, when someone calls him white, right, he's Schrodinger's Muslim. Understand what we are dealing with here. You cannot engage with leftists in any capacity where you expect even a modicum of intellectual honesty. And the reason is because they fucking lie. Because leftists do everything in their power to lie and control you. They'll tequila your ass, and they will enjoy doing it. Words mean nothing to these people. They use them to manipulate and destroy you. So in this clip, it's Hassan Piker crashing out that someone's calling him white because he's a Muslim American. In this clip, it's Hassan Piker crashing out that someone called him a Muslim, and that's bigotry because he's actually white. And if you think that's a one-time case, well...
Realize at a certain point that it's because I'm brown, or myself included.
I'm brown.
I am white too.
I am white.
I'm Muslim.
I'm Muslim.
I don't agree. You must be white. I am white.
I am white.
I'm Muslim.
I am Muslim.
I'm living in the West. You really hate white people, Jesus? Dude, I am white.
Right, so this is a minute-long compilation of him being a white sometimes and a Muslim sometimes and brown sometimes, and that's Hassan Piker, ladies and gentlemen. This is how the left operates. And you know, I'm honestly so happy that this exists. I'm so happy that this clip is here, because this is a perfect microcosm for how...
See, that's the funny thing about saying stuff online, then turning back and saying other things online is that people will clap you on it. Like recently, I heard Billie Eilish was getting into some deep doo-doo because she basically made a post harping about people, or she said in an interview, she was harping on people who eat meat. There's two things about that. First off, she promoted a non-cruelty-free makeup brand. That's one. And two, she also used to say she hated vegan people who had to talk about being vegan all the time. So the funny thing is, no matter how long it's been, if you're a big name and you say something online and then you say something later that directly is against that, the internet will remember. They'll flame your ass for it. So if anyone who is famous or planning to be famous is watching this, what you say on the internet is forever, and don't turn your back on it. Make sure what you say is how you will feel 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, however long you're famous, and even afterwards. Like, for the rest of your life, you have to make sure everything you say will ring true throughout your whole life. Essentially.
How the left operates in any capacity. They're okay with violating the First Amendment when they're banning people for COVID misinformation, or when they banned Donald Trump from the internet while he was a sitting president. They're totally fine with that. But is Donald Trump criticizing Jimmy Kimmel for praising his assassin? Wow. Too far. Violation of the First Amendment. Some sort of shooting happened somewhere in the United States. We have to stop the Second Amendment. I hate the Constitution. Guns bad. Trans person shoots up a school. What? Second Amendment is so powerful, of course trans people should be able to have guns. You can never engage with these people in good faith because they don't actually have some sort of grounding philosophical or moral foundation to anything they say or...
There is no logic. It's just whatever the top dog says is good is good.
Believe this is the party of infinite sex trafficking on every possible level, from migration to, I don't know, homosexual parents buying children. The party of infinite rape and covering up those crimes with all forms of migrants coming from third world shitholes. But simultaneously, they are pro-woman and anti-man, and all men are bad, except for George Floyd. That guy's fucking awesome. The party that is against political violence, except they endorse every single political violence against right-wing people you could think of. This is why you can never, ever engage with them properly, all right?
Realize at a certain
There's
point.
no
that
logic.
Brown,
There's just
myself included,
follow
I'm
the
white, too.
leader.
I'm Muslim.
Right? So this is what we're dealing with. And you're dealing with Schrodinger's douchebag every single fucking time. Now, Hassan Piker, it's like, he had a really bad day. Right? This is him basically saying that Japan was right during World War II, and we were wrong. And Pearl Harbor was not an unprompted attack by the Japanese.
We're doing a poll. We have to fucking see. I have to see. Go vote in the poll. They teach Pearl Harbor like it was an unprovoked attack in America, bro. Wait, what?
Giant pause, because he's the least entertaining person alive. The pause continues. He's crashing out. He's losing it.
Oh my God. 88%. By the way, I'm talking about being illiterate, but I wrote didn't.
Yeah, so this is Hassan Piker being like, oh my God, 88% of my community thinks that Pearl Harbor is an unprompted attack? I can't believe it. Pearl Harbor was based, actually. Now, here's the crazy part. The crazy part is, Hassan Piker calls himself anti-imperialist, and this is something that I had like in a debate with some people talking about how the left is anti-imperial and stuff like that. They're not anti-imperial. They just root for the other fucking empire, all right? Like, Community Note is brutal. The unprompted attack on Pearl Harbor was Imperial Japan's response to the embargo placed on Japan as a result of Japan's unprompted invasion, imperialism, and genocide campaign against China and its neighboring states in East Asia. So, just to understand what we're dealing with here, Japan were not like these goody two-shoes, wholesome Chungus people that we victimized, forcing them to attack Pearl Harbor. They were our imperial enemies. Yes, them bombing our shit because we put an embargo on them to stop them from committing a genocide on behalf of our adversaries. Actually, that is fucking unprompted. And, well, we ended that war. You know, very, very effectively. Very efficient way to end that shit. So now we got Hassan Piker glazing another imperial empire, just not ours. He just likes the other ones. Hassan Piker going crazy. Asmongold made this post. This is genuinely fucking insane, with Keir Starmer kill all white people. As like the quote, right-wing discourse is now about hallucinating victimhood and freaking out about it endlessly. Now, to be clear, this is actually kind of happening. Like, just in basic leftist spaces, they are pushing the agenda of actually just killing white people. But even more than that, my God, your entire political party has a gigantic crash out if someone uses the wrong pronouns. Like, what are we fucking talking about, dude? We have people crying that ICE is deporting illegal aliens. Oh my lord, these people suck. And I'm so glad that people like Asmongold are finally realizing the actual fundamental issue with a lot of these Islamic commentators in our country, all right, that shouldn't be here, like Mehdi Hassan, and it's so fucking awesome to finally see it. All right, I've been saying this for so long, and Asmongold is like, wait a second, why does every single Islamic political commentator just support Islamic terrorism or something? I don't know, man. Maybe it's the religion or something. That's a death cult. I don't know, bro. Maybe.
Oh, this guy is such an idiot. Like, this is another, by the way, Mehdi Hassan is another terror supporter. Like, Mehdi Hassan is the same as our Hassan, that he is another jihadi supporter, normalizer of Islamic terrorism.
That's right.
Whenever there is Islamic terrorism, you can rely on Mehdi Hassan to come up with an excuse for why it's okay.
That's right. Actually, raping Jewish girls on October 7th is justified in context, says Mehdi Hassan. Yes. Also, there is no Islamic genocide of Christians in Nigeria. What are you talking about? The Muslims are the victims.
It is a disgrace that he's even in. I don't know. Does he have American passport? We should just get rid of that.
So true, bestie, so true.
Need people like that here. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think Asmongold, maybe it's because he's better faith than I am in these regards. I just try to be brutally honest in general. But I think he doesn't understand exactly what Islamic teachings are. And if you would, have read the Quran, let's say, or, actually pay attention to what's being said, he would totally understand where this is coming from. It's not because he's downplaying Islamic terrorism because, white people bad and stuff. It's because he actually supports Islamic terrorism and wants the total conquest of the West. He was caught on camera saying that, Jews and Christians are the worst of creatures, which is a direct quote from the Quran, and saying that all people that have not embraced Islam are like animals and pedophiles, the quote. All right, so, again, duh, we got to get rid of these people. Hello, pay attention to what's happening. All right, Sneeko crashing out. Getting in the ring is for Goyim. We can bloody our faces, spit on each other, insult your faith, and curse his mother. Yes. They're calling it the most raped statement ever, possibly. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Sneeko, gigantic cuck. It's pretty incredible stuff. Now, just to understand what's happening in the West, this is the Hezbollah flag in the crowd leading a protest in New York yesterday. This just happened last night. This is a Hezbollah flag. This is a terrorist organization designated by the United States, funded by an adversary that we are currently at war with, by the way. We are literally at war with Iran, which funds Hezbollah. Hezbollah killed 240 of our Marines in Beirut. These people are terrorists and our adversaries, and we have these fuckers in our country waving their flag. We do not need to live like this. This is insane. All right, now Dan Blazarian, who's like a massive friend of Qatar. He recently did this whole trip to Qatar and stuff. He's trying to run for Congress and he's gonna get absolutely slaughtered by this fat guy over here. He's a fat dude's gonna fucking kill this guy. So this dude's talking about how he's anti-war and pro-peace.
With the president, what would you do?
I would declare war on Israel. I would cut off, at a minimum, I would cut off all foreign aid. I would let Iran have free will to do what they want with Israel.
Iran lost to Israel, literally one-on-one a couple months ago.
Right? I would kind of let the problem probably take care of itself, to be honest, because
it's pretty hilarious stuff if he thinks that's how it's going to go at all. First of all, we have Netanyahu talking about how he's trying to wean off foreign aid. Netanyahu says it's time to end Israel's reliance on the U.S. foreign aid. He's trying to get off of foreign aid. All right, but this guy is so fucking retarded. He doesn't realize the fact that, yes, there are 2 billion Muslims that are trying to kill 15 million Jews in Israel, and they're failing because they're low IQ inbreds for the most part, and they have been absolutely and utterly, thoroughly humiliated by Israel, even when Israel was getting zero foreign aid, like in 1967. All right, just to understand. So this guy, super peace candidate, he wants to become president so he can declare war on Israel. All right, also, he hates America?
Absolutely could be a fucking asset, and if he is, he would be doing exactly what he's doing now. First of all, fuck America first, dude. There is no America first.
Yeah, so again, we have these anti-American Islamic retards trying their best to get places in our government solely with the ideology that they want to promote the actual values of Islam. Complete and utter subjugation of the Western world, destruction of Israel, etc., etc. These are the actual political aims and agendas of these people. All right, you shouldn't be surprised.
Honestly, the only real battle in the world today that I see worth fighting is fucking, exterminating Israel. I would sign up tomorrow and go fucking put boots on the ground and go fucking kill Israelis. That would be a great day for me. I would fucking sign up on the fucking draft waiver wherever. Give me a rifle and send me the fuck over there. I truly believe that the majority of that country is evil. And
right, so just understand, this is Dan Blazarian and Sneeko, Islamic retards, basically crashing out and crying about how actually he wants to go and just murder Jews in Israel or something. Again, this is the political ideology of these people. And
yes, that one.
As you can see, bro has a 14% chance of winning against Randy Fine. Oh, bro's gonna get obliterated by a fat Jew. Oh, that's rough, buddy. That's really rough. Now, just to understand what our adversaries are promoting, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who recently backstabbed Trump and abandoned the party, all right, said that actually this is the Armenian that Randy Fine is talking about when he says Armenians should not be in Congress. Based, actually, I don't think we should have any foreign people in our Congress.
Of course they did. What else would they give them?
Fighting against Zionist entities. All right, so remember,
right?
Marjorie Taylor Greene over here abandoned Trump, stabbed him in the back.
And by CIA op, I just need a
completely
person that
ran
is a
off,
fucking
claiming that actually the America First stance is allying up with Islamists and retards. All right, the very, very cool and based. Now, again, this is Marjorie Trader Green here.
Common American man and woman. For the common American man or woman. American jobs, the
America.
average American family, the
America.
American dream. Make
America.
America great again.
America.
All right, so she is very, very all about America, so pro-America that she's allying up with Islamists. What? Trying to take down Trump? What? Also,
What fuck? What entire fuck? Anyways, I think I've had about enough reacting to dummies with Nux. We love Nux. He's funny. Go check out his channel. NUXANOR or Nuxtaku. NUXTACKU. NUXTAKU. For more of him. He is a consummate VTuber. He is only ever this avatar, which I, for the life of me, cannot figure out what he's supposed to be. I think he might just be like generic ghoul or something of the nature. Skeleton. I don't know. Whatever he is, it's mostly blue with a red jacket and that little like Slade mask. Which makes me think he's supposed to be some sort of spooky, squirrely skeleton. Definitely nutsacks on the left. Yes. Anyways, that'll be it for tonight. Thank you for joining me. Do all the YouTube stuff. Remember to stay hydrated, stay out of traffic, stay out of small spaces you can get trapped in. Stay awesome. Stay feral, my feral friends. I love you all. Have a wonderful night. And I'll see you guys Thursday where we'll probably play Power.